Hey, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. This is David Steele, here's me truck, and this is a very snowy Kansas. So, as the title might suggest, Grimes has updated Frosty's Winter Mod, and it's now available for version 1.49 of American Truck Simulator. So, here we are, and I am a big fan of the Frosty Winter Mod. It's just fun to hoon around in the snow. Although sometimes fun should be in single quote marks, or maybe even double quote marks, because with the right physics mod and the right weather, inclement weather, it's a challenge. And so here we are today. I've just overshot my turn. Yeah, there we go. Did I overshoot? No, okay. So I didn't quite overshoot my turn, but you get the point. It's a little slippery out here. But that's where part of the challenge comes from. Today we are hauling some pelleted animal food, and we're in Red Thunder. That is the long wheelbase Kenworth W900. Today we're using the Packard MX-13. We're just using the 4 or 5 horsepower version, and that's taken from the Steel Productions engine pack. I'll put a link in below. Shameless plug, but that is my engine pack. I'm mostly using this engine because I like the engine sound. I'm using the DAF engine, Packard DAF engine from Euro Truck Simulator 2. Transmission wise, we're using an 18, no, we're not using a 12 speed today, not an 18 speed, my bad. And it's quite a short set of ratios, or it's quite a short final drive. I think it's a 3.7. Civil water, I think. Whoa, I'm steering effort, David. Yeah, there we go. So we're using an Eaton Endurant HD. That's Eaton Fuller's or Eaton's 12-speed gearbox. It has a fairly close set of ratios anyway. I think top gear is 0.77. It's 0.73 on most of the overdrive gearboxes. What does that mean? It means when you shift up from 11th up to 12th, or it's an automated gearbox, so when it shifts up for you, you lose fewer revs. The downside of that means, if you want to cruise at a higher speed, you're typically doing more revs than you might be from, say, a 13 speed with the same final drive. I think I need to do a video talking about final drives and transmissions and matching them to the truck from a numpty perspective, but that's not right now. Right now, what I want to tell you is the overall set of gearing, the overall gearing, is similar to the 10 speed in the game. And what that means is that when I'm cruising at 55, I expect the engine revs to be somewhere around about 1300. And this particular engine will happily cruise at sort of 900 if you make it. So I've got lots of gears. Good grief, what is going on out here? I've got lots of gears between the 0 and 50. She's not configured for a heavy haul, but because she's not got that much power, and I'm talking about Red Thunder at this point, having 12 speeds with a fairly low final drive should help me a lot. It may be a hindrance in the snow, because with slippery road conditions, every time you change gear, you're coming on and off the power, you have a small chance of skidding. Ask me how I know. And so with that in mind, this is a fairly risky trip. Did I line that up? Did I mess that up completely? I think I did. Okay. With it being so slippery, of course, we bounce off the fifth wheel bounces off the trailer. It's a right mockery of it. Let's try that again. Okay, it's going here. Come on. Are you just not lined up at all? I mean, it should be lined up. Alright. Oh, I forgot. Drop the ride height. Let's try that again, shall we? Third time's the charm, right? Yeah, I'm not straight, but we'll see if it's straight enough. There we go. Okay. Alright. Let's get the right out back to where it should be. Just connect the trailer. Looks like it's connected. Let's use the trailer brake and try and move off. Yep, we're still able to pull it, but it looks like we're connected, and this weather's getting worse. Would you believe it's 8:30 in the morning? Alright, it's moved me off in second gear. So yeah, this is an automated transmission, so there'll be none of the gear shifty pokery from me, and that's good. Today's sole purpose is to arrive without wrecking. So check how long I've got. So I've got 6 hours to do the trip. It says it's going to take 2 hours 30 minutes, so I'm not seeing an issue here whatsoever. His famous last words. Alright, well, let's get on the way. As far as physics mods go, I'm using the using Grimes Frosty Physics mod, and I'm also combining that with my own private physics mod. I call it the Red Thunder Physics. It makes it pretty slippery. So our stopping distances are measured in miles or kilometers, if you prefer those units. Did I clip the curb there? I did. Oh well. So we're really careful not to crash anything. Just use the e-brake, put it in neutral. It's external view. This. It's a good job no one's coming really, because I've blocked the road. Isn't this so beautiful? I hope it doesn't stop and block the crossing. Forecast today is for snow, and a bit more snow, so I've got that to look forward to. Okay, at least the temperature's just above freezing. The tachometer, bottom left, or the middle left of the dashboard, shows 33,197 hours of engine running time. I'm pretty sure that this engine would have had a refit in that time, and the temperature is 33 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's just above freezing, which makes it slippery.
Get ready to turn left.
Got a red light, so let's ease off the power and just coast to a halt. And yes, we are in Dodge City. Oh, thank goodness the light went. Or maybe I should say Dodge City. There you go. How's my accent? Fantastic. Well, I thought so. So I'm hopeful that we're not going to spin the wheels too much here, but we may. So let's
Turn left.
cross here again. Please don't turn when we lights. No, that's good. I'm not sure if I was in my lane or not, but there's no one around me. I need to be in the right-hand lane, so we'll do the very non-professional thing and just choose any lane and mix and match to suit. And we're off. It's up to almost 30. There we go, 30 miles an hour. This visibility is, well, it's not good. If I use, yeah, it doesn't make a difference if I use main beam. Didn't expect it to. I could use this view, but that's kind of like cheating a little bit. Yeah, so we'll take it steady. I'll put cruise up to 40, and we'll see if it's able to just drive along at 40. Good grief, it'll even do 40 in top gear. And merge left. There is a vehicle there, but he or she has not taken up my lane. Well, let's hope that it eases off a little bit. Because in real life, of course, driving in these conditions can be quite tiring. You get a bit of whiteout, a lot of glare. But maybe as the sun comes up and it gets brighter, that the snow might stop. I'm not seeing any sign of it stopping right now. Can't see my mirrors too well, but if I could do this, I can drop the mirror, or drop the window even to see the mirror. But then it's bloody cold, so no, not doing that. I'm traveling way below the speed limit. I think everyone's just going to have to wait because I know that my stopping distance is probably only just the distance I can see. So I hope everyone's doing well. The week before I record this video, I've done a bit of streaming, a bit of live streaming, which is good. I've actually been at home, been able to do that. That's felt good. Plus, it's hanging out with people and just enjoying each other's company, and that's always good. And sometimes the best thing, seemingly, I can do to put myself in a good mood is to mess around in a stupidly overpowered truck. That's always fun. Okay, let me see. Do I want to push this a little quicker? Check my map. Alright, so I'm approaching Garden City. I'm going to turn left in Garden City. I guess once I turn left, we'll see if we can go a little quicker. But right now, this Packard is being very flexible. It's just the 405 horsepower engine, I believe. Don't think it's the 455. There's a 4 and a 5 in there. And, let's kill my cruise control. I want to let this thing... Oh, I see. I want to let this thing slow down without using the service brakes because it just doesn't want to stop. I see. So I got to turn right. Okay, now I've got to use the service brakes. So service brakes are on. I am not slowing down very quickly. I've locked the wheels. See how it's shifted to second gear? It locked the wheels and dropped us off in a second. So that's pretty dangerous.
Go straight.
Is that a police vehicle? No. Okay. Giving it lots of power though. It's not breaking traction. So I think it's the 405 horsepower. I don't know. Okay. Signal. Oh. Let's brake.
Turn right.
Okay. It's me trying to use a bit of the engine brake to stop. Now I can turn right on a red and I think it's clear, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. Alright. Did I clear it? Oh, hard to tell. I think I went all over the pavement or the sidewalk. Still, I didn't feel the bump from the truck, so maybe I didn't. Gingerly easing around this corner, off the power a little bit, and I think if I boot it, it's not going to skid. Let's get back on the power. Nope. Fantastic. It's not wheel spinning. So I should tell people where I'm going. Here. I'll be holding everyone up. One of the quirks of this particular mod is, or the physics mod, is that I have to drive very, I have to be timid unless I want to crash. But the AI doesn't need to be. And so I'm hunkering along doing, 45, 50, and it just wants to go around me all the time. And it can start and stop way better than I can. See what I mean? So that Camaro flashed past me and then jammed on his brakes. And if he was a little closer, I would just run straight into the back of him. And I don't really want to be doing that. So I just gotta guard for other drivers doing crazy things. Crazy things, I mean, 50 miles an hour might be a little crazy. But we're in top gear doing 50 and we're showing 1200 revs, so it is nicely short geared. It's good for making the most out of this fairly low powered engine. Now, Zach, if you're watching this, Zach loves to use his shorter gearing. And the other day, he and I did a 4x2 live stream. He was in a Freightliner Cascadia with a 4x2 chassis, so that basically means 2 axles. Only one is powered, that's the rearmost for a truck, and he was using a DD15, a 505 horsepower, I believe, engine, with 1650 foot-pounds of torque. and fairly short gearing. I have a feeling it was a 3.7, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
Go straight.
I was using a Mack Anthem, again a 4x2, so a small, lightweight truck. And I was using the Mack MP8. I was actually using the 8HE, I think it was the 445 horsepower version. So I had over 200 foot-pounds of torque advantage, but really tall gearing. My final drive was 2.47 with the Mack M drive. That's Mack's economy transmission. It's super tall gearing, so 60 miles an hour is about 1,000 revs, I think. So it is very, very tall, and even though I had more torque, I had less power. So the two trucks performed quite differently. I was hauling a slightly heavier load, but generally speaking, the Cascadia was just walking away from me. I'm going to use an engine brake motion here to get the speed down. It's not actually doing much. Let's try shifting up my engine brake strength. Still not doing much. So whenever we accelerated away at slower speeds, he was just walking away from me. I couldn't keep up. Now, middling to quicker speeds, I was making up a bit of the difference. I could start to overhaul him as we sort of go through 40 to maybe 55 miles an hour. And then once we're above about 55, his additional power started to kick in progressively more and more, and my acceleration seemingly got worse. So which was the better hauler? Well, I want to say the Mack because it has more torque, but I think it depends on your cruising speed. So if you want to cruise along at 70-75 miles an hour, then the Mack felt wanting, and the Freightliner was away. So sometimes gearing can do a lot to make up for a, hang on, it's just engine brake going down this hill. It can do a lot to make up for maybe a less than ideal engine, but you don't really use the gearbox. Oh, some service brake here as well. I'm concerned I'm not going to stop. I've locked up the wheels. Let's switch to my external camera because there's nothing else I can do. No. I locked up one wheel, I think. So if you choose a honking great big powerful engine and you might think you can get away with using tall gearing, and you probably can, but it just means it's a bit more flexible.
Turn right.
If you're going to be heavy hauling, you still really should use a shorter set of gears so you can get more power and torque down to the road. Now, this is not the most interesting of trips so far because I've been real careful. Did this guy run into someone? He's stopping way back. Let's take a look. Maybe not. It's a nice pretty view, this though. I kind of feel like pushing him out of the way, but he's done no harm whatsoever. I was quite happy. Is that a Honda Accord? Is it meant to be a Honda Accord? Oh, I can't even see it. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not able to see what that is. Plus, I wouldn't really want to mess with him. He looks kind of hard. Okay, well, let's get back on. Tell the world we're turning right. Like so. Ease off the power. Start to turn in. Make sure it bites. And just about missed the curb. Okay. Well, that was... It's very satisfying when you make a corner and you don't use up more space than you really need. It was also incredibly difficult. Okay, let's get the cruise at 30. I'm going to provoke it a little bit here. Let's get off the power. Actually, there's a traffic light coming up. I do not want to overhaul or run through the light. Okay. So I am most definitely using the brakes, but we are really not slowing down very much. Okay. Yeah, I can move the truck using with one foot on the brake pedal and one foot on the gas. I can move the truck forward, so the brakes aren't as strong as the engine, and that's not the most realistic. There's not much I've been able to do with that. I can't seemingly split the difference between braking acceleration and under load acceleration, because it's all acceleration. Deceleration is just a form of acceleration. It's just we tend to consider deceleration as not acceleration. Acceleration is defined by a change in velocity, I believe. This is my 15-year-old's physics coming back, and probably if my old physics master is listening to this, please get in touch and correct me, because I'm sure I'm completely wrong. And I'm rambling. And the weather's clearing up. That's good. Alright, let's set the cruise at 55. We've got just 24 minutes to go till we reach our destination, so I am happy with that. Dum dum dum. Bursting through 40 miles an hour. Hardly bursting, but... So other things I've noticed with the combination of the slippery physics mods is you can drift around the lane. So right now the truck she's kind of sensitive to steering input. You can see her drifting and bouncing around, and that feels quite authentic. Nice train. Oh yeah, which reminds me, guess what I got? Got me a train horn. Hey, what does it sound like in the cabin? That sounds pretty awesome. That is thanks to the Sound Fixes pack. I wanted a train horn for a while, and I did drive a Cascadia after the trip with Zach, just to remind myself what the train horn was like, and I'm like, yeah, I got to get me one of these on my Kenworth. Use a bit of the engine brake here. I'm provoking it again, but it's not going to skid, which is good. So I just got to turn left here. I'll tell people where I'm going. Oh, I guess this is it. And well, I had no choice really but to start to turn in, even though I think he is not going to buy me a Christmas card this year. Okay, that was a little rash. And I guess the snow's been lighter here because I can still see some of the side of the road and the grass coming through. That's also a limitation of the weather mod. Oh, it's cleared up. It's a shame, really, that it's cleared up. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Okay. That was nearly one of those really embarrassing moments when you crash at the end of a trip, having more or less been well behaved. Where's my drop off? I don't see it. I think it's up here to the right. Oh no, there it is. Okay, that's gonna be a challenge. First and foremost, am I going to miss this lamppost? And the answer to that is no. Try that again. Okay. This looks very icy. Oh, I've got to go in forwards. I'm going to manage that. Alright. There was a much easier way of doing this, and I completely did not do it that way. I could have just could have kept on going a little bit longer. But we'll see if we can make it like this. I'm not convinced that we'll be able to. But I can shunt it backwards and forwards. It wouldn't be one of my videos unless there's a bit of maneuvering backwards and forwards to get it into a parking spot. Yeah, I think we can do it this way. Not so clean, not so pleasant, but maybe safer on the ice. Maybe. Okay, right. Well, it's pretty much a given I'm going to get it in the spot, right? I would think so. So, that just about wraps up today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. This game is beautiful in the snow, and Kansas is reasonable weather. It's reasonable weather to explore Kansas because the state is kind of flat, and you don't really want those steep hills when you are driving in heavy snow. So, subscribe for more. Check out my other videos on the YouTube channel to see more craziness. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.